Meanwhile, Maldivian Abdullah Shahid has publicly supported India's bid as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. The Foreign Minister of Maldives is currently the President-elect of the United Nations General Assembly. For years, India has been calling for an expansion of the United Nations Security Council's narrow leadership. Right now, the Council is a reflection of the immediate post-Second World War reality. And since its inception in 1945, it has had only 5 permanent members, namely China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom and the United States. Now, the other 10 are non-permanent members. They are selected on a rotational basis and they are handed 2-year terms, with 5 of them being replaced each year. The current list of non-permanent members includes the likes of Estonia, India, Ireland, Kenya, Mexico, Niger, Norway, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tunisia and Vietnam. Currently, the P5 hold the veto power, therefore steering the UNSC reforms to their benefit. In its current form, the UNSC is not reflective of the world order that is very fluid at this point of time. It is being used merely as a tool in the hands of the 5 permanent members to veto policies and strategies that they don't like. Now, earlier this year, India began its 2-year tenure as a non-permanent member of the UNSC. It has been a non-permanent member of the UNSC even before. This, of course, has brought a renewed energy to New Delhi's push for a seat at the high table as a permanent member of the UNSC. In August, India is scheduled to serve as the president of the UNSC. Since 1992, India, Brazil, Germany and Japan have been demanding for an expansion and for an inclusion into the United Nations Security Council. The countries that are together, called the G4, have pushed for permanent membership. India has been part of the United Nations since its very inception. It is the world's biggest democracy with the maximum number of people and has also contributed the maximum number of peacekeepers to the United Nations missions around the world so far. So the case for India's permanent membership is, of course, pretty strong, and some of the P5 countries agree to this as well. The United States, the United Kingdom, France and Russia have all backed India's bid as a permanent member. But China, with its veto power, is stonewalling the reforms. Now, Beijing has been blocking efforts to begin formal negotiations on UNSC expansion, saying that at this point of time, there is no necessity to rush through the reforms. It is said that India's entry into the group will have to be a package deal, one that will be acceptable to all members of the Security Council. In addition, Beijing has also found an all-weather ally in Islamabad, another neighbor which is also strongly opposed to India's candidature to the UNSC. For now, though, Maldivian statement has renewed India's bid for the possibility of a permanentship. The United Nations of today is a reflection of the post-Second World War era. It needs new leadership, and India must, of course, continue to mount its case very strongly at the United Nations. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.